Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm your host, Caleb Howell, and I want to talk to you guys about the drop shot for crop. You may have heard it for use. It's been used a lot of time for bass, walleye, but you ever done it for crappie? So we're gonna do that today. I'm gonna grab my hook real quick. And we're gonna use something small. You don't have to use something small. I'd use something like that, size 6, can do the trick. I'm gonna get this tied up. I just do a regular old uni knot, so really doesn't do anything much to me. That the fact that I will sit there and catch multiple fish off of drop shots for bass. I got a pretty small setup too with it. It's just a little zip code slingshot, your $9 stuff. So I'm just gonna do an old uni knot. I did not feel like doing it, so. So I'm just gonna do an old knot. I'm just gonna keep doing it. This is a knot that you don't have to do. I know a lot of these pros out there will do knots, but if you're just trying to catch some finicky fish, then you can go ahead and just kind of pull on it so that it's intact. And it is. It's kind of got around me. Now, oh wow, I did that with the teacher. Now this is what I like to do. I like to put it back through the eye and just pull. So when it's pulled, it's holding your bait. Kind of hooks, it kind of mess up, but oh well. If they're not biting the drop shot, then you can go ahead and snip this off and just go to an old wacky rig. That's what I like to do. That's pretty much. While I'm tying this, if you did not check my first video, go check that out. It's frog fishing. I gave some great tips on that actually. The rod I was using was just not the rod. I consider use a 6'7". You could use a 6'6" if you had one, but I don't have a 6'7", so that's what I was using. Anyway, moving on. For plastics, it's about as simple as you can get on plastics. One of my 2 favorites, I have a Crappie Max. I think this is a Crappie Max Bubblegum Pink. I've caught, when I was winter fishing for them, I caught a lot of trout off of these, so they were really intrigued about them. The next is just the old Barry Garland Crappie. It's electric chicken. This one's just plain old bubblegum, and this next one's a waxworm. It's just a plain old waxworm. Sorry about that, guys. And the thing I like about it is that you can sit there and just wiggle this the entire time. And it's actually pretty neat. So now when I go to, I'm using a pretty big hook. You don't have to use this big of a hook. Walmart, I can get ones for a size 12 for just $1. So they're really not that cheap. They're really kind of cheap. And that's what I like to do with it. Now, it's pretty light, so I should be able to get it down there. But if the crappies and perch, yes, perch will go after this too. But if the perch and crappies are just nipping it, take some scissors or tweezers, whatever you have in your boat, in your bag, or whatever, and just clip it. So if you go like this and feel where the teeth marks are at, kind of clip it just 2 inches or 3 or 4 inches away from it to get it smaller. I found this technique very useful for when they're finicky. These crappie or really do not care what you throw them. They can be picky sometimes. So if you're throwing something, if you're throwing a mini, if you were throwing a rooster tail or a little crankbait or just a beetle spin or just an old jig, you can really improve your bite by throwing something. Really doesn't matter when the drop shot's coming in and out. I will be taking this out on a pond here and eventually, so I'll see you guys out there. And as always, catch more fish.